What is going on, YouTube? We've got another kind of, not a first look, the game's been out for a little bit, but just got around to kind of playing it for a little bit. We have Princess Connect Re. So I've done a couple of rerolls on it, put 4 or 5 hours into it, like doing okay. So first things first, it is mostly a shard gacha, so like you upgrade characters with their shards and you need their equipment to get bigger. All of that stuff's on the gacha. If you don't own a character and you do their dailies enough, you can get the character, so that's pretty sweet. Home menu's pretty easy to understand. You can essentially change how you want your look to go. You can change your main character, do all that stuff. So it's pretty cool. It's a very visual game. People that want like a really crazy in-depth gacha or combat system are probably going to be a little less enthused. It's pretty basic, but we'll get to that. I'll run a mission in a second. So you've got all your shop, clan, notices, missions, presents, all this stuff. All right, let me get my jams. It is 1,500 to pull. There is premium currency. I'll just show you the gacha first because that's going to be the thing that most people look at. So right now, June is the character of choice to pull. Apparently, this dude's like one of the main tanks in the game. You have the premium gacha, which I guess it's you only get characters in this, not equipment or anything. They've got a premium one time, and then you've got like a normal draw that you can do. I'll just show you this one real quick. There you go. We did it. And then I'll do, I think I got enough for a single, yeah. So this is what happens. You got ye old lady running through, has the job poster, she slings one up, and then you get a color. Oh, I got a gold off a single, that's pretty cool. Boom! Akari! So this is essentially the definition of a waifu collector, just so everybody is aware. I'm actually surprised I didn't have her already. So these are your characters. I'll show you the character screen first. So you've got your bond level, the actual level, their general power level, and what position they're in. The position is kind of in depth in this one because like you want your tanks up front, you want your mid-level attackers in the middle, and you want like your mages or your healers in the back. Obviously, if your tanks go down too fast, they can get bum rushed in the back, so it's kind of nuts. You rank up your characters by collecting all of their equipment. Once you get to a certain rank, you can just start, refining your equipment and making it better. Pretty easy to do. Level up's the same thing. Use potions, do that. After you hit certain levels, you can upgrade their regular skills. Oh, hold on. Didn't mean to do that. And then you can do Ascension. So I need 120 shards of this dude to turn him up to the next star. Or the next star level, which is down here. I will say the game does its pity system is not great. It is a very expensive game to try to do well. So like re-rolling for a couple of the high-end characters like Makoto, who is going to be necessary for Guild Wars. Sometimes it's just better to do that and wait for the long run. The game itself is pretty simple. It almost plays itself, so just sort of keep that in mind. Now, I will say the presentation on the game overall is really strong. Like, you've got your story tab where you can watch all these stories about all these characters. Anybody you've picked up, you can watch stories. And the higher level you get them, the more stories you get. They actually have gem rewards for watching them, so it's kind of like Dragalia, where if you watch your stuff, you can get it. Like, there are these little different groups of characters that get stories that you can watch. It's interesting. It's a nice way of sort of rewarding you with a little bit of lore and a gem reward. Quests are quests. These are your main things. I haven't quite unlocked everything. The Battle Arena and the Princess Arena are PvP's Clan Battle isn't ready yet, nor is the Sanctum Survey. The game's only been out, like a month and a half, 2 months. I think it came out in November, maybe a little bit after. So there are certain modes that aren't there yet. Grotto is where you get your XP and your mana. The dungeon, you get floors that you can run through. And do specific tasks, and you'll fight monsters and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. I actually like the dungeon mechanic a lot. Main quest is exactly what you'd imagine. You have a whole bunch of zones. You go through, you collect all the stars, you do all the stuff. And then you get more stuff. Summon the normal Getches. So it's pretty free-to-play friendly for the most part, as long as, like, you don't mind doing the reroll a little bit. Like, you definitely want a better character than not. This tells you what monsters are here, tells you sort of what they can do if you click hold on them. There's gear here that you get, and then your rewards are based off of your first clear. So once those are gone, they're gone. You can use skip tickets, and they give you a lot of them, so I'll just show you what happens when you use one. So it goes through all 3 stages, and then it gives you your total reward, your experience, and whatever mana you got. So here's what the game looks like when you start. So you can choose your 3 positions. So you've got your front, middle, back, and like I said, those are just what they specialize in. Like, are they a forward DPS or tank? Are they a mid-range caster or polearm user or something like that? And then your back is mostly mages with a couple of archers. You can take 5 characters in. It's pretty much it. It's very self-explanatory. Each of these characters you can, I'll show you real quick, swap over to hard mode, and you can farm out their shards if there's a character. I think it's 3 times a day. So you can farm out their shards if you are looking for a specific character. So, like, I'm actually using her as a healer, and I haven't really unlocked her stage yet. So I probably should go down and do that at some point. Just because, you know, getting her leveled up and start up is probably a pretty good plan. So overall, the game's pretty simple. There's not a whole lot to it. So I've got my characters selected. They each have special moves that they can use, and then they have a quote-unquote limit break that when the blue bar charges, they'll cast it. So the tank is usually the first one to get charged up, just because you get your bar with casting and getting hit. So he's taking the most damage up front, so he's usually the one to get it first. They all have their own little unique victory things. You get your stars, your experience, all this stuff. And that's pretty much it. That's the whole game. Like, I wish there was slightly more to it, but obviously PvP is a little different. The one thing I do like about the game is the PvP teams and the PvE teams are drastically different. Like, you can't build one team to rule them all, so you do have to sort of manage 2 different sets of teams. The guild house is self-explanatory. You can get a 2nd floor eventually. But this is where you get, like, your skip tickets, your mana, your experience potions, and all that stuff. And you can upgrade them. I got tons of rupees. But actually, I want my skip tickets up. Oh, you gotta hit a certain level. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's not too big of a deal. So that's pretty much it. Like, that's the whole game. Outside of the PvP sections, and occasionally they'll have, like, some limited bosses or raid bosses that you can fight. That's the whole 9. There are certain rules in, like, Princess Arena that you can do, and Battle Arena has pretty standard stuff, and Sanctum Survey is a little different. But we should be getting Sanctum Survey and Clan Battle within a couple more months. I think they're relatively soon, but I'm not going to pretend I'm a master of the information on this game. If you really want that, go check out Bork. Borkono Gaming is Borkono is definitely the guy to check out for this. I know GG Matt also had a little bit of time putting into it, but I think he's back on Dragalia and Pokemon mostly. So, like, the art style for the game is very, very adorable. The music is pretty good. For a waifu collector, it's definitely not bad. It's just kind of basic. Like, having spent like 6 or 7 hours into it, I'm mostly just bored, and I come in and I do like my 10 minutes of dailies, and then I go away. I assume at higher ends of the game, or if you're in a good active guild, because I may not make this a main game unless people are really taking a look at it. And I don't think anybody should really treat it as a main game. Like, it's definitely a solid side game, but there's not really enough to do currently to keep you moving for more than, 20 or 30 minutes in the day, unless you're, just starting out like me and trying to catch up on stuff. So overall, it's good. It's not really my cup of tea, but I can see how this would be a solid, like, the gacha rates are a little unforgiving. You have exchange lineups that you have to have certain amulets or character exchange points for. It gets expensive. Like, it is, the Bork was telling me. He would have more information on it in general. Union Burst, that's what the limit bursts are called. So, give it a go, see if you like it. Like I said, it's pretty easy to play, and it is a really good looking game. This is from the same people as Dragalia. This is Cygames, so they do Dragalia and Grand Blue Fantasy. So you'll notice some similarities in how things move and how they're pretty practiced on making menus and functions of the game work properly. So for the most part, give it a go. See if you like it. If you want to see more from us, make sure to blow up the video and everybody tell your friends to come see it. Like, comment, subscribe, do all of that. Just give it a try. See if you like it.